Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with my guy, Chris Ruffolo, as we continue to cook up this WNBA action. Welcome to the WNBA Layup session. We cook up every single game, every single day, ladies and gentlemen. We got a good card here on Tuesday. We got 4 games on the card. We're here to let you guys know our thoughts, our opinions, and how we see tonight's action shaping out. Money making Tuesday. Chris, what's happening, my man? How you doing today?
Doing all right, Jay. I had another day off yesterday. I think Monday's going to be our day off in the dub this season. I don't even know, but yeah, it was just a good reset day. Glad that we have the dub back for today. Still some quality matchups on the board, matchups that we have to break down, but I'm ready to go through it with you and make some money. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Same thing for me yesterday. Kind of a little hit the reset button. Um, and I'm looking to get back to my cashing ways here in the WNBA. Cashed on Sunday with the Storm money line. So got back on track there. Now 19-9 on my top play in the WNBA. Looking to go 20-9 after tonight. So just trying to keep the momentum rolling, man. Seeing the board well and trying to continue to do exactly that. So without further ado, you ready to do exactly that, my man?
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. First game we got on the board today is the team with the best record in the WNBA. They were the runner-ups last year in the league, the Minnesota Lynx. This line has grown since I made the graphics. They're huge favorites here in this one, laying 9.5, 10.5 on the road. Total 156.5. How do you see this game playing out?
Yeah, I'm at a spot now where I think you just lay whatever you have to with the Minnesota Lynx and call it a day. I think the Mystics are a team I've started to figure out. They play really well against the teams with losing records, teams that are quote unquote beneath them, so to speak. It's just a matter of if they cover in those games. But when they have to take the step up in competition against the better teams in the WNBA, like the Lynx, like the Liberty, teams of that nature, the Mystics have had a tendency to fall flat on their face. And I just think there's a serious talent discrepancy in this matchup to where the Lynx should have no problems getting the job done. This has been a Lynx team that's been winning by margin all season long, and especially as of late. I'm going to roll the Lynx here for a big win.
Yeah, I see no reason not to take the Lynx here in this one either. They're head and shoulders the better basketball team here in this one. I do worry sometimes laying extended numbers with the Lynx. They haven't been the greatest huge number ATS team over the past couple seasons, but I think they beat up on the Mystics here. I know a lot of people are higher on the Mystics than I am. I'm not that high on this team. This is a losing basketball team. They have talent, but that talent hasn't really culminated into much. And tonight against a more talented team, I think they get ran out of the gym. So I'm going to lay the points here with Minnesota in our first game of the night. We keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the Sparks. They're out on the road first facing the Sky. They're laying 5.5 points on the road, total 167.5. This is my least favorite game on this entire card tonight. I don't have any real thoughts on this game. Forced to play it, I would lean towards Chicago, and it would only be a play on the spot, play on the situation, bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a revenge game. We saw the Sparks beat up on the Sky in the lone meeting these two teams played this season. Sparks won that game 91-78 in LA. Sparks aren't in great form. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Chicago is in great form. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Both teams have lost 3 straight. Both teams are 3-7 in their last 10. Spot play, small win on Chicago, plus the points in the bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a revenge game. Chris, what do you think here?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with the spot play. I'm not mad at it. I just think for me, I'd rather be on the over here. 2 teams with suspect defenses, 2 teams that are both in desperate need of a win in this game. I just think we're going to have a higher scoring game in this one. The Sparks have been a team that's kind of, been a bit of a sieve late in games as of late. They've given up a lot of late points. I think this could end up being just a bit of a closer game where, both teams trade buckets late, maybe like an 87-84 kind of game. Something like that. So I'm going to roll the over Spark Sky. I think we got some points coming in this one.
There we go. We keep it rolling. Next game up, we got my favorite team, my hometown team, the Dallas Wings. They're at home at the crib with the Atlanta Dream rolling in. Wings, 8.5-point home dogs, total 168.5. How you feeling here?
Yeah, I like the over in this one. I'm going to be on another total here. Mainly because I just think that I'm still really concerned about the Wings defensively. It's just the long and short of it. The Wings are going to win games this season, but it's not going to be because they held teams down, with defense. It's going to be because they simply outgunned them and just turned it into a track meet and were able to win the foot race. And I think that if they're going to try to beat the Atlanta Dream, pull off the upset at home here, that's the best way for them to do that, is to just turn this into a track meet. Again, I think the Atlanta Dream, who hoist up a ton of threes, are going to be able to hit some shots in this one. I have this game closer to 175. So I think there's value here on the over at 168.5, 169. Like I said, I think this game just ends up being a track meet. So give me the over.
Fair. Everybody already knows me as a homer, so I'm going to do what everybody expects me to do, and that's take the Dallas Wings here plus the points. I'm also going to sprinkle on them to win this game outright. Honestly, all jokes aside, I really think they have the offense to keep up with Atlanta tonight. Atlanta doesn't scare me defensively, and I know the Wings don't have a sexy record, but as of recent, I feel like they've played much better basketball than their record would indicate. I think this is going to be a high-scoring track meet style game too, and that style game is the exact style game the Wings want to play. I kind of feel like this is a home game that changes the momentum for the Wings, for the outlook of the franchise this season and everything like that. I just think this will be a really cool confidence-building win for the Wings. So I'm just letting y'all know my thoughts, my opinions. You ain't got to rock with it. If you like the dream, take the dream. But I'm telling y'all tonight, I think the Wings are live in a high-scoring offensive game. I'll take a shot on plus 340. So that's what I like here in this one. Chris, we head over to our last and final game of the night. It is the Fever out on the road facing the Storm of Seattle. Good game. The Storm are favored here. They're laying 3.5 points on Indiana. Total 168.5. 167.5. It's kind of been moving a little bit this morning. Everybody knows I love the Seattle Storm at home, at the crib. I think they're a different team, monster and animal. They remind me of the Denver Nuggets of the NBA. I don't fade Denver often unless given a clear and concise reason to do so. If you watch the morning show this morning, I think Brad put it perfectly about this spot for the Storm. I don't like the spot for them. They've won 3 straight, beat the Aces, the Liberty. It just feels like a letdown spot to me. And the Fever coming off of back-to-back losses to the Valkyrie, to the Aces, I feel like this is a good get their shit together momentum win for them. So this kind of feels like if the Nuggets just beat the Celtics, they come back home and they got the Timberwolves rolling in. It kind of feels like what the spot is. Brad said that, and I think that's exactly right on the head. So I think Caitlin Clark and them bounce back tonight, have a good game. I think this is just a letdown spot for Seattle. I don't fade Seattle and Seattle often, but I think the spot and the situation justifies it tonight. Give me the Fever here in my last and final game of the night. Chris, how you feel?
Another game, another over for me here. I just think this is going to be another high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a bit of a track meet brewing in this one. My thing is that, the Fever are known for just how efficient this offense can be. They do have one of the best shooters in the WNBA, obviously in Caitlin Clark and all that jazz. But, the Storm have been able to hold their own, and we've seen the Fever have runs where they've just, been sort of porous defensively. And to me, I just see this being a bit of a heavyweight fight. I just see this being, trading blows back and forth. Another game where I just see it ending up in the high 160s, maybe low 170s. So I think it's going to be treated as a headliner fight of sorts. And I'm going to roll with the over between the Fever and the Storm to round it out.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. That's how we got for y'all tonight. We appreciate y'all tuning in and checking us out here on the WNBA Layup session. Of course, we have premium plays over at the site, and we're active on social media. Follow us at Pickdawgz. Follow us individually on Twitter at Ruff the Pickdawg and at Parlay Guy J. There should be a link for both in the description below. Like I said at the top of the show, man, I'm 19-9 on my top play this season in the WNBA. And you can scoop that play up for $19 today. Kind of, I guess. It's always $19, but I'm off the 19th win. Let's make it 20 tonight, man. So scoop it up, $19. Really love tonight's play. Trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. I have baseball on the card as well. We're in the dog days of summer right now, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of WNBA and a lot of baseball until football gets here and until the NBA gets back. But it'll carry us through. We're going to make our money same way. It spins the same. So hop on with me over at Pickdawgz Premium and let's do the damn thing, ladies and gentlemen. Or pair me up with my guy, Chris Ruffolo, and 2 times your money. Chris, what you got going on today over at Pickdawgz Premium?
Yeah, for me today, no WNBA on the board. Stayed strictly with baseball, but we're coming off a sweep yesterday, 3-0. For me today, I got my $19 MLB pick-off play, and I got a 5-pack from Major League Baseball. But like Jay said, you can pair us up, make some money that way. It's a great time to do so, because even though we're in the dog days of summer, that doesn't mean there's not money to be made and money to be picked up out there. So definitely check that out. And I remember, always use that promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase.
Appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. Money making Tuesday. See y'all tomorrow. I think there's 2 games in the dub tomorrow, so we will be back. See y'all then. Let's make some money today. Make it a winning day. Right here. Peace.